Hello and welcome to the Midnight Bible Study. Tonight's topic is really important. It's a very important message, and it has to do with one of the parables. It has to do with a prophecy that's due just about any time. I've been teaching many years, and I've had many students who were less than half my age, who have already gone on, who have already passed away and are no longer with us. And that's kind of crazy that things don't work out the way they're supposed to work out. We don't necessarily get to say, well, I'm only 18, I've got a long life ahead of me. Hopefully that is the case, and often it is, but certainly there's many exceptions to that. We never know when our time is up. But what we do know is that much has been spoken about that fateful day when the Lord returns. Now, let's talk about the parallels between the prophecy that is due any time. It has to do with Exodus chapter 32. And this is the story where there's a story. Moses is a type of Christ, a typology of Christ in the Bible. And there's in the Bible it tells about how when he was finding the will of God, he went up on the mountain, the high mountain. He was up there for 40 days fasting, and he got the 10 Commandments. But he was gone for so long. 40 days is a long time. It's even longer when you're fasting. But the people down below, the people of Israel, did not go up the mountain with him. They were down waiting for Moses, their leader. But 40 days was a long time from where they were waiting for him, and for, I guess, wisdom from what God's guidance was. And it dragged on for so long that many of the people lost faith. They lost faith, and they thought, you know what, he's not coming back. Something's happened to him, and they made golden calves, and they got into occultism and demonic pagan practices. And when Moses did come back, this is the state he found them in, is like this wild state of occultic immorality, deep immorality, and absolutely sad shape. And the people who were involved in that evil lifestyle fell under judgment. And now during the future tribulation period, which we don't know how future that is, it could be very close, it could be a ways down the road. But if you just look at the signs, it could be very soon. It could be very soon. I mean, the signs are all around us. But during that tribulation period, many people, we know from Scripture, will practice immorality, and they will be scoffers, and they will get deep into occultic behaviors. Now, we don't have to look around far right now to see that that's already going on. That's already going on. It's going on. And so it's happening now. And, you look at the story of Jesus' the parable, Jesus' parable of the 10 minas, and where you have this wealthy aristocratic man who goes away. He goes away and he leaves his money with these 3 servants to invest. And he's gone a long time, just like Moses was gone a long time up on the mountain. Well, in this parable, this powerful man is gone for so long that the people, many of them just think, well, he's gone, he's never coming back. They don't worry about investing the money after all. And when he comes back, he says, all right, now I want an accounting. And so he says, all right, this one invested and made a return, and give him more, reward him for his faithfulness. And the next one was the same thing. And then came the third servant who said, I was scared. I didn't want to invest my minas and talents. And so I didn't. I just hid it. And he says, "You wicked and evil servant," and cast him out in the outer darkness where there's weeping and gnashing of the teeth, because he didn't. He said that God was harsh and hard-hearted, and therefore he hid his talent. He was afraid to take a risk. And so that's kind of the state we're in, because Jesus is gone, and many people are saying, "Oh, he'll never come back. He's not coming back. It's been going on forever," and he's sort of like that. And we see a rise in the spread of cancer. We see the rise of people getting into occultic behaviors and leaving the church in some cases. And so there's going to be an accounting. That day comes for everybody. We don't know when it's going to be, whether it be tomorrow or in 40 years. We don't know. 50 years. Nobody really knows it. It's just going to be when it's going to be when we least expect it. That's probably the case. So we need to think about trading our, God gives us talents. He gives us talents, and what do we do with those talents, and how much diligence do we apply to using our talents, sharing our wisdom, our knowledge of the faith, using our talents for God in some way that we can, that through prayer and discernment, that we think is the best way that we could serve God. That are we doing that? Are we using our talents in that way? And are we doing it with as much intensity as we can? That's the message of the Lord, the parable of the talents and the parable of the 10 minas, is that, just to go ahead and make sure that we're not like those who see that Moses has been up on the mountain for weeks and just give up and forget about it and go on living our life as if there's not going to be an accounting, and there's not going to be that crucial day when we hopefully will hear, "Good and faithful servant." So there you go, folks. The parable of the minas and the prophecies due any time, because we don't know. For some of us, just like for some of my students who were so much younger than me, their end times came. Their end times came, and we don't know when it's going to come for us, but it could be any time, and it may be down the road. But in the meantime, are we using our talents? Are we using them with as much diligence as possible? God bless you, and good night from the Midnight Bible Study.